Greetings everyone and welcome to Home Cooking Spain. Today I'm going to be cooking a one pan clams with noodles. So let's start. Okay, so let's start off by chopping these bits of garlic up. Oh yes, I just sharpened my knife up and you can really tell the difference. Well, this dish I was going to, well no, I wasn't going to. I planned it last night. I asked my wife, I'm going to make some clams tomorrow, how do you want them? I was going to do them in a stew with potatoes like I usually do. But she said, why don't you do them with noodles, fideuà style. So I thought, let's do them with noodles. But this morning, she asks me, what am I making for dinner? So I said, what we said last night. So she says, and you're only using clams? I said, yeah. You could have used chicken, couldn't you, as well? Well, I didn't use chicken because I didn't think about it. And she could have told me last night as well, couldn't she? Hey. So let's chop up this parsley, which will be mainly for pushing it up. I just picked this from the garden. It's a bit misty here this morning. So I had to get my feet wet. And also, because I've run out of peppers, I've only got a bit of a green pepper, I'm going to use this what they're called, they're roasted peppers, to put at the end on top. Give it a bit of colour, you know. Let's put that in here. And also I'm using the yellow food colourant today. I was going to use the saffron. I was going to dip it in, well, leave it in one of these, a few strands with some white wine or some water, like a subscriber told me. You know who you are. But in the end I thought I'm going to save it for a paella one day, because one day I'm going to make a paella in one of the paelleras, and as I'm not going shopping until 2 weeks time, I'll save it. Anyway, let's stop waffling, have a glass of wine, say cheers to all my subscribers, thank you, and let's move on. Okay, on to the next step. This recipe is so simple, even a monkey can do it. There's nothing special to it. So I'm going to turn that up to number 7 as usual. And it's quite quick to do as well, half an hour should do it. I'll just add a bit of olive oil there, 2-3 tablespoons. And I'm going to wait for this to heat up. And then I'll add the garlic. Okay, once the oil is getting hot or hottish, I'll add the garlic in. You could have added it earlier on with the oil being cold, it doesn't matter really, but not to me. Everyone has their own taste, preference. And I'm just going to gently brown that off, hardly anything. Right, so once the garlic is starting to get toasty, what I'll do, I was going to add the paprika first, but what I'll do, I don't want it to burn the garlic. I'll add the roughly 3 tablespoons of dried tomato or normal tomato. I'll also add the teaspoon of the sweet paprika. I would have liked to add the spicy one, but hey, can't have it all. And what I'll do is also add the, you've seen me use this before, it's the broth, fish and seafood broth. €1 for this litre, and it's a branded one, bargain. Just add a bit there, just so that it doesn't burn the paprika. I'll mix it about a bit. And also what I'm going to do is I'll add the yellow food colourant, a few sprinkles to give it that nice yellow colour that I like so much, and I might as well just salt it as well, to my own taste obviously. You salt it to yours. You can do it before or after, or during, I mean. After, it's not the same really, is it? Not for me anyway. Right, so once this is started to boil, I am going to add the noodles. If you haven't got any of these, don't know if you've seen them before, that you can just use normal spaghetti cut into like about 1 inch or something like that. Let's give this a mix about. I think my wife is right, we're going to starve today. 300 grams there, doesn't look like it, but then they should blow up, shouldn't they? So let's move that about for a minute or so that they soak in the tomato and paprika and stuff. Oh, wait a minute. And as I haven't got any Tabasco, which I like, I'm going to be using this. Not on here, obviously. I'll get shot if I did that. I'll be using it afterwards when I serve it on a plate. I will give it a good old sprinkle, as I love hot stuff. Right, so this is ready. And I'm going to add, this is a litre, I usually add about 70 centilitres. The thing is the what do you call them, the clams, once you put them in here and they open up immediately really, they have water in, so I think about 3/4, about 70-75 cl of this should do. Well, that's what I did last time I used this with, I think it was with rice, so it's very similar. And I'll wait for that to boil. Okay, what I'm going to do is whack the heat up so it'll boil quicker. I'm hungry. Well, this has started to boil rapidly, so I'm going to turn it to my favourite cooking position, number 7. Turn the extractor fan on a bit, and I'm going to just cover it, leaving a gap there just in case. I don't want to do any extra cleaning this afternoon. I just want to mellow out and watch a film or something. And it's going to be there for 15 minutes, I think. Well, I'll tell you later. Well, that was quicker than I thought. It's been 10 minutes, not 15. And this is thickening up nicely. The noodles are al dente. So what I'm going to do now is throw in these lovely clams. And cover it back up. So I forgot to mention that I have turned the heat right up, because as the clams were frozen, it cooled everything down a lot. As you can see, the water that the clams have, loads of it. So now that it's starting to boil, I'll turn it back down to excuse me, number 7, and I'll cover it back up again. And I think that 10 minutes should do it. We'll see. Okay, so ouch, 5 minutes have gone by and this is ready. There's still juice there, but don't worry about that, because what I will do now is turn the heat off and just leave it there until it stops boiling. Then I will add the red roasted pepper and I'll push it up a bit. Okay, so this has stopped bubbling, so what I'm going to do is add the red pepper onto it. Tell you what, I'm not going to record this. Sorry about that, but these red roasted peppers, they just disintegrate, and it took me 10 minutes to do that. But I will push it up now, and you can watch me. Look, red, yellow, green, traffic lights. This parsley smells really good. You can't beat fresh parsley. The ones that you buy in the jar, the dry one, I don't know if even if it's parsley or not. So here you go. So now I'm going to put it on my chopping board and take a picture. Okay then, so here is today's lunch ready. Let's zoom in a bit. I hope that you enjoyed today's recipe video. If you did so, please give me a like. See that wobbling there. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment. I always answer. And thank you for watching, and goodbye.